The Quality Management Plan is one of the PMI's 78 core project management artifacts, according to the Project Management Body of Knowledge Guide. In this video, we will use a practical case study to show how the Quality Management Plan can prevent catastrophic product rejections, unmonitored process defects, and total project failure. By the end of this video, you will learn 3 critical things: what a quality management plan actually consists of, how to clearly separate quality assurance from quality control, and how to set up practical implementation checkpoints that protect your project budget. Plus, if you decide to stay to the end, I will show you what the quality management plan's true strategic value really is. For any project manager, this is a nightmare. You are handed a prestigious, highly technical project, and because you want to impress senior executives, you rush straight into project execution. At first, everything looks great. Contracts are signed, production lines are being assembled, and the update reports show no quality issues. But just as you settle in, unexpected material scrap, massive product rejections, and unmonitored process errors completely destroy your delivery timeline and budget. This happens because many project managers assume that quality management is simply testing the final product at the very end of the line. They neglect to establish the underlying quality standards, process audits, and non-conformance procedures required to actually build quality into the workflow. Join us now as we explore how a solid quality management plan, with its core pillars discussed in detail later, can save a high-stakes project from total collapse. Consider Voltaic Cell Dynamics, a leading advanced manufacturing firm building a state-of-the-art, solid-state electric vehicle battery Gigafactory. To secure massive automotive contracts, they approve a $120 million capital program to construct rapid-scale chemical mixing lines, thermal pressing units, and automated cell assembly tracks. An ambitious project manager is appointed to lead this project. Eager to demonstrate immediate progress, he skips the formal development of a quality management plan and dives directly into project execution and equipment calibration. He awards lump-sum installation packages and quickly brings the chemical mixing phase online. However, because he skipped setting formal quality baseline metrics, defining clear roles, and separating process auditing from product testing, disaster strikes during the initial mass production run. The project manager treats quality as a final testing phase, ignoring continuous process checks. By the time the first batch of 3,000 batteries reaches the end-of-line testing station, 90% of the units fail critical thermal safety parameters. Because there were no process checkpoints or audits during the chemical mixing phase, a microscopic calibration error went completely unnoticed for weeks. The project suffers a devastating scrap material loss of $3 million, and the entire production line is frozen for 2 months. Instead of delivering a revolutionary manufacturing hub, the project manager is summoned before the executive board to answer for a massive financial and operational collapse. Finding yourself in a situation like this can completely undermine your professional confidence and credibility. Instead of leading the project strategically, you end up trapped in a permanent state of crisis management, defending your decisions and fixing avoidable mistakes. If you have ever looked at the PMI's quality management plan and felt completely overwhelmed, I want you to stop and take a breath. I have been in those exact same shoes. It is easy to look at these governance documents and management plans as paperwork that slows down real project work. But the truth is, the quality management plan is not there to box you in. It is your ultimate operational tool that helps you to standardize delivery, minimize expensive defects, and safeguard your professional reputation. Let us break down how a robust quality management plan works using three core operational pillars: quality standards, the separation of assurance and control, and implementation checkpoints. Before we proceed, it is worth mentioning that the quality management plan is not a list of quality tests or checks. It is so much more than that. It is your operational quality instruction manual that dictates exactly how standards are established, audited, and corrected throughout the entire project lifecycle. First, we have quality standards and objectives. This pillar identifies the specific industry standards like ISO 9001 and establishes measurable criteria that the project deliverables must achieve to be considered successful. Vague goals lead to subjective assessments and scope creep. At Voltaic Cell Dynamics, the lack of defined quality standards and baselines meant that the chemical mixing teams worked off ambiguous tolerances, allowing microscopic formulation errors to corrupt the entire batch before anyone noticed. Secondly, a mature quality management plan enforces the strict separation of quality assurance from quality control. Quality assurance is proactive and process-oriented. It is about auditing how we build the product to prevent defects. Quality control is reactive and product-oriented. It is the physical inspection of what we built to identify defects. A high-performing project separates these duties. In our Gigafactory scenario, the project manager relied solely on reactive quality control at the very end of the line. Because there were no proactive quality assurance audits during the chemical mixing phase, the fundamental root cause went totally undetected, resulting in massive material scrap that could have been prevented. Finally, the quality management plan establishes clear implementation checkpoints and non-conformance procedures. This defines exactly when quality audits occur and what corrective protocols are triggered when a process falls below the baseline. You do not wait until the final delivery phase to discover process flaws. In the battery plant scenario, the absence of regular process checkpoints meant that thousands of defective batteries were fully assembled before a single alarm was raised, turning a minor calibration drift into a multi-million-dollar catastrophic failure. Now, let's replay the same scenario, but this time, the project manager starts off differently. Before bringing the production lines online or finalizing equipment calibration, the project manager spends the initial weeks building a comprehensive quality management plan. He works closely with chemical engineers, regulatory compliance officers, and executive stakeholders to establish strict quality baseline metrics for the thermal pressing units. He clearly separates duties, assigning a dedicated team to perform proactive quality assurance audits on the chemical mixing process, independent of the final quality control testing team. He schedules rigorous implementation checkpoints at every major assembly stage. A few weeks into execution, the chemical mixing equipment experiences a slight calibration drift. This time, the outcome is completely different. The proactive quality assurance audit immediately flags the process variation during a routine checkpoint. The project manager pauses the line, implements a predefined corrective action, and recalibrates the machinery before a single defective battery reaches the final assembly stage. The production line scales up flawlessly, avoiding millions in scrap costs and securing the automotive contracts on schedule. The executive directors take notice. The project manager is praised not just as an administrative coordinator, but as a competent strategic leader who protects corporate capital, eliminates waste, and delivers real business value. Here is the ultimate takeaway. A quality management plan is not just an administrative checklist. It is your active defect prevention system that protects project capital, eliminates devastating rework, and guarantees the structured delivery of real business value.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel to ensure you never miss our weekly strategies.
Mastering your quality framework is just one piece of the puzzle. Click the playlist on your screen right now to explore the complete series on the PMI's core project management artifacts and discover how to protect every single phase of your project delivery. Thank you for watching.